Verizon has announced its parental controls product Family Base will be upgraded and renamed. The new parental controls app called Verizon Smart Family will allow parents to manage aspects of their kids' smartphones like content filters and screen time limits. Up to 10 family members can use the app, which provides a variety of ways for parents to monitor how their kids are using their devices. Content filters let you block objectionable websites and content in categories like violence, drugs, alcohol, and gambling, or even restrict access to certain apps. Parents can also block unwanted contacts, view their child's text and call history, and check on how much battery the phone has left. Limits can also be set on phone use in a number of ways. The app allows the device's Wi-Fi to be instantly paused or for data targets to be set. Time restrictions can also be instituted if, say, you wanted to set aside uninterrupted time for homework every evening. You can put that on a schedule. Other customizable limits include minutes used for calls, numbers of text messages, and even monthly purchase amounts. Lastly, there's location tracking, which not only shows where your child is via the location of their phone, but can send a push notification to the parent if they leave a predetermined area. Though Verizon's Smart Family app is technically free to download, if you want to use its services, the base subscription is $4.99 a month. And it includes everything except location tracking and alerts. Those features are included in the app's premium subscription, which is $9.99 a month. Google's internal incubator, Area 120, is releasing its next creation, a learn-to-code mobile app for beginners called Grasshopper. At launch, the app teaches would-be coders how to write JavaScript via short lessons on their iPhone or Android. The goal is to get coders proficient in the basics and core concepts so that they can take the next steps in their coding education, whether that's taking online classes, attending a boot camp, or playing around in Grasshopper's own online playground where they can create interactive animations. Like other Area 120 projects, Grasshopper was built by a small team of Googlers who had a personal interest in working on the project. Area 120 has now been around for just over 2 years, but Google hadn't heavily publicized its efforts until last year, that is, when it launched a dedicated website for the incubator. To date, Area 120 has released things like AdVR, an advertising format for VR, a job matching service in Bangladesh, a booking tool called Appointments, and the YouTube co-watching app Uptime. The incubator's goal, beyond potentially finding Google's next breakthrough product, is to retain talented engineers who may have otherwise left the company to work on their own passion projects or startups. The name is a tribute to early programming pioneer Grasshopper. The app itself offers a series of courses beginning with the fundamentals, where users learn how code works along with various terminology like functions, variables, strings, operators, and objects. Grasshopper then moves into 2 more courses where coders learn to draw shapes using the D3 library and later create more complex functions using D3. The courses are actually designed as a series of puzzles and quizzes that increasingly get more difficult. Each coding puzzle has the student writing real JavaScript code using a custom-built code editing environment. The student is given a challenge and the user has to solve it using code, but it only takes a few taps to write out. Each time the student runs code, they're given real-time feedback to help guide them towards solving the challenge. Also included are motivational features like achievements, progress indicators, and coding streaks. This curriculum will expand over the next couple of months. Grasshopper will add more content to the fundamentals section as well as a new course. The team says it's not currently focused on expanding beyond JavaScript, a language used by over 70% environment of professional developers. In early tests, there have been over 5,000 graduates from Grasshopper's program. 47% were students from backgrounds that are traditionally underrepresented in tech, and 68% of users said they're more motivated to learn code after using the app. The Grasshopper app is now available worldwide on both iOS and Android, but only in English. Apple has announced that for every device received at Apple stores and Apple.com through the Apple Give Back program from now through April 30th, the company will make a donation to the nonprofit Conservation International. As part of its ongoing recycling effort, the company also debuted Daisy, a robot that can more effectively disassemble iPhones to recover valuable materials. Both Apple Give Back and Daisy support Apple's commitment to create a healthier planet through innovation and help the company move a step closer towards its end goal of making its products using only recycled or renewable materials. Through Apple Give Back, customers will be able to turn in their device at any Apple store or even through Apple.com to be recycled or traded in. Conservation International uses science, policy, and partnerships to protect the natural world people rely on for food, fresh water, and livelihood. Founded in 1987, the organization works in more than 30 countries on 6 continents to ensure a healthy, prosperous planet. A new space imaging startup called Earth Now aims to provide not just pictures of the planet on demand, but real-time video anywhere a client desires. Its ambition is only matched by its pedigree. Bill Gates, Intellectual Ventures, Airbus, SoftBank, and OneWeb founder Greg Weiler are all backing the play. It promises a constellation of satellites that will provide video of anywhere on Earth with latency of about 1 second. You won't have to wait for a satellite to come into range or worry about it leaving range. At least one will be able to view any area at any given time, so they can pass off the monitoring task to the next satellite over if necessary. Initially aimed at high-value enterprise and government customers, Earth Now lists things like store monitoring, illegal fishing vessels, or even pirates, forest fires, whale tracking, watching conflicts in real time, and more. Space imaging is turning into quite a crowded field, if all these constellations actually launch anyway. Weiler's OneWeb connection means Earth Now will be built on a massively upgraded version of that company's satellite platform, giving them a major leap forward. Details are few and far between, but the press release promises that each satellite is equipped with an unprecedented amount of onboard processing power, including more CPU cores than all other commercial satellites combined. Machine learning also figures in. Of course, the company plans to do onboard analysis of the imagery, though to what extent isn't clear as of yet. Airbus will do its part by actually producing the satellites. The release doesn't say how many will be built, but full and presumably redundant Earth coverage means dozens of these things at least. No word on the actual amount raised by the company in January, but with the stature of the investors and the high cost involved in the industry, I can't imagine it's less than a few tens of millions of dollars. Hannigan himself calls Earth Now ambitious and unprecedented, which could be taken as an admission of great risk. But it's clear that the company has powerful partners and plenty of expertise. Intellectual Ventures doesn't tend to spin something off unless it's got something special going on. Expect more specific info as the company grows.